10-1 to repeat. The Bengals 14-1 to not only get back to the Super Bowl, but to get over the top this time. And Pete, that all begins, you would think, with protecting Joe Burrow this offseason.
Yeah, they have to get better on the offensive line. I mean, it's quite obvious to everybody, even the layperson who watches the game knows that they have to protect Joe Burrow. I mean, he was sacked 70 times, counting the playoffs and the regular season, and he was sacked 19 times in the postseason. That can't happen. And the more and more you go through these playoffs, you look around and you say, hey, you know, the Chiefs saw it last year. They went and fixed their offensive line this year. They were dominating the Super Bowl. And I think the Bengals have to do the same thing. Every priority has to be on fixing the offensive line. Jonah Williams is fine at left tackle. Everywhere else you have major problems. Remember, they played the playoffs without their starting right tackle, who they signed on a one-year deal, Riley Reif, and he's now an unrestricted free agent. The right guard is a disaster. Although Jackson Carman was a second-round pick, they had high hopes for him. Didn't work out. Sometimes guys take a leap, but it has to be all about the offensive line. They have to get better there. Remember, they drafted 3 offensive linemen last year, Carman being the only one who stepped in and played. They have to figure out a way. Hey, maybe sign Teron Armstead. Go out and spend some money on the offensive line. You could maybe move him to right tackle or move Jonah Williams to right tackle, and you'll solidify yourself at 2 spots. You have to protect the franchise quarterback.
Yeah, I agree with you. The offensive woes on the line were well documented going into the Super Bowl, and that's why I felt like they would give up sacks, and they did. So if you want the best out of Joe Burrow, protect him. And I love the idea of going to spend top dollar to go get a guy like Armstead, because now you solidify the edges when it comes to protecting Joe Burrow. And outside of the offensive line woes, what about, adding depth and adding more competition in the secondary at the cornerback position? Eli Apple was a guy who filled in because of an injury, but, he had his woes. He had some inconsistent plays, and he made some big-time plays as well, but they need to get better at the edges of their defense. I love everything about Cincinnati based on how their defense is structured, and the same can be said for their offense. But if they want to continue to be relevant and competitive, they can't get complacent. Add some talent offensive line-wise and add some talent in the secondary, and they can find their way. They can find their way right back in the playoff conversation.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.